The mighty Vasa was going to be Sweden's crown jewel, and instead it turned out to be one of Sweden's biggest blunders ever. It's a big bastard, and that was its downfall as well. The tale of the Vasa is filled with tragedy, comedy, and perfect examples of mismanagement. Look at all those spots for cannons. Oh, an injury! He's fine. A model of how it looked when it was in water. For the few seconds it was in the water. In the 1600s, believe it or not, Sweden actually became one of the powers in Europe. Sweden was in possession of the Scandinavian countries, but also the Baltic countries and Finland, and the other sites on Germany as well. So King Gustavus Adolphus decides that he needs a big-ass warship. The biggest one you've ever seen. We need cannons, the king said. Lots of cannons, more cannons, even more cannons. The shipwrights and the builders all said that, well, that's not really a good idea. It's gonna be really top heavy, it's gonna wobble. Guess what the king said? You build it anyway and get those bloody cannons on my ship. So can you guess what happened? The Vasa moves out from the dock and it gets a little bit of a distance. Then there's a gust of wind and it starts to wobble. People are shitting bricks at this time, but it's okay. It manages it. But it gets a little bit further out into the harbor. And then there's a big gust of wind and the ship just keels over, falls flat on the side. King Gustavus Adolphus demanded a hearing straight away to determine whose fault it was. The only problem was that it was pretty well documented that the king had overruled all the recommendations against putting more cannons onto the ship. So strangely enough, the hearing never went anywhere and no one got the blame. I wonder why. So, the mighty warship Vasa, not one of Sweden's proudest moments. Look at all the decorations. Bloody hell, this is amazing. That's where the cannon would have been. And there's the lion, the proud Swedish lion. The sunken Swedish lion. The details are pretty amazing. Look at all those carvings. I like how they have a couple of cannons in the back as well. Is that common? Cannons to aim at your foe when you're trying to run away from them. I love the beards. Look at it. Looks awesome. I want to have a mustache like that. Cute dog, but that's one of the ugliest lions I've ever seen. Some of the original sculptures from the Vasa. Pretty well preserved. It's a big-ass boat. The proud warship Vasa lay in Stockholm harbor from 1628 when she sank until 1961 when they brought her up again. I'd like to climb those riggings. Look at those ropes, look awesome. Okay, I would fall to my death as well, but still, it would be fun. Salvaging the Vasa began in 1957. It was a pretty massive effort. The ship weighed 700 tons. Approximately as much as me after a Christmas dinner. They didn't just have to get the ship up, they also had to seal it so it wouldn't rot as soon as it hit the air. And after they finally got the ship up, they also had to impregnate the wood so it wouldn't rot. So yeah, it was quite a bit of an effort to get that bloody ship up here. Nope, this is not something from BioShock. This is what they dived in when salvaging the Vasa. I prefer modern day scuba gear. This is the moment when she sank, and it must have been quite a sight. What are you gaping at? Are you shouting at someone? They actually tried to salvage the Vasa in the 1600s as well, and this is what they used to go down 30 meters into the cold water. Bloody hell! So apparently the Vasa could have been balanced if they had more ballast at the bottom. Let's have a look at the upper gun deck. It's a bit cramped in here, but there are guns, so it's worth it. Nice. Yep, lots of guns, and that was Vasa's downfall as well. No gun here, just an upside down lion. A sad lion. It's actually not that cramped here. Look, I can stand up. Shut up, I'm not short. The lion looks a bit derpy in this light. Oh, look out, I'm gonna shoot. Look at this amazing cross-section of the ship. You can see what all the people were supposed to be doing if they hadn't, well, fallen into the water. Join the Navy, they said. See the world, they said. Bloody hell, all I get to do is... I'm not sure what they are doing. Hoist the sails or something. This guy probably regrets leaving his farm. The Nintendo Sega debate got heated back in the 1600s. Isn't that a pretty big cat? And a very big rat as well. The Navy fashion from 1628. Look at him, dashing, dapper as hell. You know what they say about men with small feet? They have small shoes. Ooh, what you got cooking? Nothing. Gold, no, just coppers, I guess. Some tidbits about money and its value. Did you know that the word dollar comes from taler or daler, the old European terms used in, well, Sweden apparently and Germany as well. Now you know. A box with just a hat in it. Pretty big box for a small hat, isn't it? Aiming for the legs, pretty smart, I guess. A reconstruction of a sword and what he actually found from the sword. It's lacking a little bit. Beer and a Bible. That's a tiny little Bible. They must have had good eyesight. What happened to this guy's eyes? Does he have the boobs for eyes? A wild man symbolizing the strength and the primeval power of the Nordics, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm just rambling a little bit. So this is Triton. He's very thin, isn't he? I'm learning a lot of sailing terms here. That's apparently a capstan. I never knew. Let's have a nice look at the bow as well. This is the foremast. So I'm guessing that's got to be the top mast or the middle mast, and the back one is the back mast. I'm just making stuff up as usual. Oh shit, look at the figurehead. Gigantic bloody lion. Looks a bit ugly as well. A very anatomically correct lion as well. I'm not sure why I'm filming this. There's a main top I can climb up on. Ooh, exciting. No, not really. This is it. Here I am at the main top. I have a suspicion they didn't have grating like this at the main top back in the olden days. The area where Sweden was sailing around in the 1600s. Just look at that. Bloody brilliant model. A bit smaller than the Vasa, I think. This is not the Vasa, it's just an example ship. I just love those shadows. Oh, and they're gone. Just when I said I love them. I find myself humming all the sailing tunes from the 40s when I'm walking around here. Well, that's about it for today. So like and subscribe, but most importantly, have a great day. If you want to learn more about this historic blunder, come to the Vasa Museum in Stockholm. Crap, it's raining outside. I'm gonna be soaked. I took my scooter here. Welcome to Sweden in autumn.